Yeah, hi there coaches. So this particular chapter is going to tackle limiting beliefs. Now the whole program could potentially take on this subject alone. So we're only going to do touch on it. So if you're interested in learning more, please go learn more. This subject really is something that you can study at length, and ultimately this is going to decide whether or not you can reach the pinnacle of the career that you want. You can take your coaching to the level that you want to take it to, because it's only your beliefs and what you perceive as being possible that will hold you back, that will stop you from getting to wherever you want to go. So if you're at a point where you're not sure how to challenge those limiting beliefs, some of the information that's here and presented to you will help you to do that. Some of the videos and the information that I've presented here is going to help you to be able to sit back and go, hang on a minute, that is not supporting what I want from my life. That belief that I have is not serving me. It's not helping me to get where I want. And once you recognize that, you're then able to do something about it. See, even when we're coaching our kids and we're out on the field and you're working with somebody and you start saying to them, let's say for instance their first touch isn't good enough or isn't at the level that you need it to be for the team that they're playing on, you can say to them, oh Johnny, do you notice that your first touch isn't good enough? If their response is, no coach, they can't change that. They can't change their first touch because they've got no idea that it's poor. They don't know, they're not noticing, they're not paying attention to the fact that the ball bounces away from them when they touch it. How could you possibly change something that you're not even aware of? If you are married, you're in a relationship with another person, and there's a behaviour that you do that annoys them, irritates them, they don't like it. How would you know that they don't like it? Would they tell you? Could you see it in their body language? Would you be aware of it because of a response you get from them? Possibly. So when we're coaching, we have to be able to bring to players' attention the things that are holding them back. And your limiting beliefs about what level of coach you are, what ability you have as a coach, where the ceiling is for you as a coach, are holding you back. They're going to hold you back. So this particular chapter is really going to start getting you to examine your beliefs, what you believe in, what you are holding dear to you in your core that potentially aren't serving you. Now don't get me wrong, some of your limiting beliefs will be valuable to you. Yeah, some of them will be important because they keep you safe, because they provide the environment in which you live in. You know, a belief could be, don't go and step into the road because you're going to get run over. Well, now there's nothing wrong with that belief, it keeps you safe. And when we're talking about the subconscious mind, which is where our beliefs live, our subconscious mind is designed to make sure we're safe, to keep us safe. So as a coach, your subconscious mind will not necessarily allow you to go outside of what it perceives as your comfort zone, of your safe zone, of where you're comfortable. So as a coach, you've got to be able to push through that yourself. You've got to be able to identify, hang on, this belief is holding me back. You know, perhaps it's a belief that you think that, I don't know, you have to be a right-footed player to play on the right-hand side. Now, obviously, as modern soccer has demonstrated, that's not the case. But let's assume for a minute that that's a belief that you have. If you had a player that was playing on the right-hand side and then all of a sudden they went over to the left, that would be against what you believe as a coach. And you would then have to either accept that and see how it develops as a test to your belief, or you would want to flip that player straight back to the right hand side and not even question it. this whole chapter, this whole section is going to start getting you thinking about what limits you as a coach. What barriers do you put in the way of success subconsciously? All of this is subconscious. You don't do it on purpose. You're not doing it deliberately. So in order for that to happen, you've really got to start examining where you are as a coach, what things, what core values you have as a coach, and how you want the game to be played. What are your expectations? How can you deliver that message to your players? How can you change and challenge your beliefs so that you can make breakthroughs? I'll give you for instance, probably 10, maybe 15 years ago, Barcelona started playing out from the back. They started playing with two split centre halves that would go and stand on the left and right hand side of the penalty area to receive the pass from the goalkeeper out from the goal kick. And they would drop the centre midfield player into where the centre halves used to be, and the fullbacks would be massively high up the field. Well, no one had ever done that before, and it was massively effective at getting them to retain possession in their short, quick passing method that they developed. Now, had the coach at the time, who I believe was Pep Guardiola, not broken through his own limiting beliefs or tried to challenge his players to be able to do that and be able to deliver that style of soccer, it wouldn't exist. So 15 years down the road, guess what? Everybody, literally everybody, is playing that way. Even down into the youth levels. The youth levels now are trying to do that and play out of the back in exactly the same manner. So in 15 years, that has become the accepted norm. So, you know, the goal kick law has now been changed, because if you were under pressure, you would stop the ball coming out of the penalty area, and it would be a retake of a goal kick. Now the law is, as soon as the goalkeeper kicks it, the ball's in play. And FIFA have had to change the rule because it was creating an unfair advantage for the defending team. Who would have thought that? So, and that all comes from beliefs. It all comes from the belief that Pep Guardiola sat there and thought, you know, I believe that this is possible. I believe this is something we can do. I believe this is something we can train our players to do, and this is my commitment. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to concede goals. It's going to break down. But I'm fully committed to making this a possibility and making this happen. So when you're going through the videos and the exercises and the work that is available here for you, make sure that you're always asking yourself the question, what are my limiting beliefs? What are holding me back? What is stopping me from being as successful as I can be? And that way you are beginning to get to the point where you can then make the change. You can't make the change if you don't know what it is you're trying to change and you're not aware of what is holding you back, what the belief is or what the problem is that's stopping you. There's some really good resources in here, some fabulous stories of people that have not accepted their circumstance, have not accepted their place in life, where they were born, what level of ability they were told they had. And there's one of my favourite YouTube videos of all time in this particular section, and it's the one from Arnold Schwarzenegger that talks to you about making sure that you follow his 5 rules for success. And watch that video and then rewatch it, because there is some real dynamite in that video that's going to help you to become a successful coach, that's going to help you to become the coach that you want to be, and not allow yourself to be distracted by people around you that are limited, people around you that don't believe that something's possible, that haven't achieved what you're talking about achieving, so they don't believe it's possible. And Nelson Mandela once said that everything is impossible until somebody does it. So just because everyone believes it's impossible doesn't mean that someone's not going to come and do it. And you might be that someone that is capable of taking that step to break the barrier in your environment that moves everybody else forward. Yeah, everyone else will follow once someone else does it, because then they all of a sudden they now know it's possible. They believe. So enjoy this chapter. This chapter's really fascinating in being able to help you to be able to challenge you to be able to see where you're holding yourself back and where your beliefs and your strategies and your whole life, if you like, has been geared around to where you're at right now and what you need to now do to be able to move beyond that. Okay, that's it from me. There's better experts on this chapter that are going to be able to help you from now on. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.